Tonight on The Pulse, it's been a great season for OSP, but was it a great week for local sports? We'll let you know. And what type of year was it? Well, we'll look back at some great moments and celebrate some highlights. Next on The Pulse.
Welcome to the third and final season finale of Oskaloosa Sports Balls. I'm Jason Van Zen.
And I'm Jason Madison. On tonight's show, we'll revisit the year that was Oskaloosa and William Penn sports. But first, we bring you up to speed on what went down this week. We begin with the Drake Relays in Des Moines, where OHS had members of the boys and girls track teams in action, led by junior sprinter McKenna Veldhuizen. She finished the 100-meter dash in a time of 13.19 seconds to place 22nd out of 32 runners. Veldhuizen also anchored the girls 4x1 team that finished 72nd in 52.80 seconds. Other members of the team were Kirsty Edwards, Taylor Richardson, and Whitney Newman. The Indian girls were up against 80 other teams. The Oski boys were also in action in the 4x1 as they finished 26th out of 80 squads with a time of 44.25 seconds. The team consisted of Dylan Daniel, Dalton Shaw, Adam Raleigh, and Drew Richmond.
While the high school boys and girls crossed the finish line at Drake, in Indianola, the William Penn Tracksters posted a few top 10 finishes at the Kip Jamveren Open hosted by Simpson. Junior Gabriel Green guided the Navy in gold in the lanes, winning the 200-meter dash in a time of 22.03 seconds. The junior also placed second in the 100 at 10.80 seconds. Off the track, freshman Jalen Wilson also matched Green's gold with a long jump 23 feet 2.5 inches. His performance was just 3/4 of an inch shy of qualifying for nationals. Over on the women's side, freshman Alexis Sweeney was William Penn's best female finisher as she was sixth in the 200 at 26.48 seconds. Fellow freshmen Shanice Dishman and Sharday Myers also brought back their top 10 finishes in their respective races. Dishman was seventh in the 100-meter at 12.77 seconds, while Myers was eighth in the 400-meter dash in 1 minute, 2.47 seconds.
Freshman Jalen Wilson's leap of 23 feet 2.5 inches not only won the event, but also earned him this week's MCC Track Athlete of the Week honor. Wilson paced the field of 22 jumpers, and his bound was just 3/4 of an inch shy of qualifying for nationals. William Penn travels to Clinton this Friday and Saturday to compete in the MCC Track Championships. Out on the diamond, the Lady Statesmen were looking to stay on top of the conference when they faced St. Ambrose in the first round of the MCC Pod Tournament, but were their efforts dashed. If seniors Kaya Lewis and Brianne Raleigh had anything to do with it, they weren't going out like that. Lewis and Raleigh improved their record-breaking seasons with 3 more long shots as William Penn blanked St. Ambrose 9-0 in 6 innings. The two seniors, Lewis and Raleigh, are now tied with one another in a school record 16 single-season home runs. William Penn owned an 11-5 edge in hits, including 2 by Raleigh, Lewis, Ashley Stream, and Molly Miller. On the mound, sophomore Jennifer Whitehead earned her 20th win for the 2nd consecutive year. The sophomore struck out 10 with no walks for her 9th shutout of the year. After rain moved the first round pod championship game back to Tuesday, William Penn wasn't able to blow out the Bees like before. However, the squad still pulled off another win to keep their #1 seed intact. Penn won 1-0 to end St. Ambrose's season at an overall record of 29-27. The Lady Statesmen open up their double elimination Final Four MCC championship in Ames against #4 seed Iowa Westland Saturday at 12:30 p.m.
With those 2 wins, WPU softballers moved up 2 more spots in the NAIA rankings. The Lady Statesmen are now a season-best 27th in the nation. The squad remains the only team from the Midwest Collegiate Conference in the poll and is the top squad in the state of Iowa. The top 5 is exactly the same as last week, with Concordia, California in first. William Penn opens this weekend MCC final round tournament, meeting #4 seed Iowa Westland at noon. Switching over to Penn baseball, Penn kept its dim postseason light shining when it swept Clark over the weekend, but still needed some help along the way. The Navy and Gold got that needed assistance from Ashford as the Saints knocked off Waldorf 3-2. The loss dropped Waldorf in a tie with Penn, but the Statesmen received the #5 seed by virtue of its 2-1 season record against the Warriors. With the season saved, the Statesmen opened up a double elimination tournament against #4 seed Iowa Westland Tuesday. Penn dropped the first game 13-10 and put its back in the danger zone.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to academic excellence.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to athletics.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to diversity.
I chose William Penn to become a leader.
Why will you choose William Penn?
Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen.
I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole.
The biggest stars, the classic hits, KIIC.
Whoa. Sure, you can take big bites of the handcrafted quarter pounder with cheese, but soon it's half gone. What have I done, you think? Your bites get smaller as you try to savor what's left with scientific precision. And as that last bittersweet bite of 100% beef and cheese tickles over your taste buds, you think, until next time, dear friend. Until next time.
The simple joy of savoring every bite.
You know what makes spring so much fun in Iowa? The colors! Mahaska and Oskaloosa has them all in everything that's new for spring. So look over our fun and unique decorations, accents, and flowers. We have everything you need to get your home and your life in a joyful springtime mood. Shop Mahaska Drug and turn that winter drab into a dazzling array of colors and enjoy the new life all around us. Come visit us this week and take the time to look around. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's big, really big.
Welcome back, and now we take a look at the year that was. In the beginning of September, amazing, bizarre, and incredible were just a few of the adjectives used to describe the first high school football game at the new Lacey Complex Stadium. The non-district contest between the Grinnell Tigers and the Oskaloosa Indians came down to the wire, Jay.
The contest was said to be a tale of two halves, defined by one of these famous trick plays, Jay. The fake punt, the Statue of Liberty, the fumble rooski, the hook and ladder, or everybody's favorite, the good old flea flicker. Off to the video.
And here come the Indians.
The Indians are fired up, and they're going to take the field for the first time under Coach Schill. Adam Raleigh, he's going to take the handoff, and he's going to go 11 yards up the left side. First down, Oski. A couple of plays later, Drew Richmond takes the direct snap. He's going to find pay dirt. Indians up 7-0.
Boy, what a nice drive.
Moving into the second quarter, Indians up 22-3. The defense does the work this time. The Tigers try the deep pass, but Andrew Lamgry checked in early. He's going to pick this up, and he's going to do the rest of the work up the sideline. Then it's a great cutback at the 10. Indians up 29-3. They're going to lead 35-10 at the break. Fast forward, 4 minutes left. 35-17 Indians. Grinnell not giving up. On the quarterback rollout, the QB keeps it, flips his way into the end zone. It's a 12-point game with 4 to play. After recovering the onside kick, Tigers go to the hurry-up offense, and it pays off. On the next rollout pass is complete. The receiver breaks the tackle and takes it down to the 9. First and goal. Next play, it's the Tigers, and they're going to find the end zone again. And this time, it's the running back. It's a 5-point game with 3 minutes to play. After 2 botched onside kicks, the Indians finally get one, and they're going to try to run out the clock. But Adam Raleigh coughs up the football, putting Grinnell back in business. The quick out gains 9 yards. That's going to move the Tigers into Indian territory. Then 3 plays later, it's 4th and 9 from the 36. The Tigers are going for broke, and they're going to cash in. On the long pass is completed for a touchdown. Tigers up 38-35 with just over a minute to play. Now the Indians 4th and 6 with just 26 seconds left to play, and they're pulling out the hook and the ladder. Drew Richmond with 6 guys to beat. He's going to go all the way down the sideline. The Indians surviving week 1, 41-38.
We fast forward to mid-January when the Penn Statesmen basketball team took on the 24th ranked Ashford Saints in arguably one of the most memorable and lengthy games in school history.
We jump to 10 seconds left in the game. Pin up by 3, but it's Ashford's ball on the inbound. The Statesmen would double team in the near corner, but the ball makes it to the sure hands of Javier Valdez, and he drops the tray to send this one into overtime.
3, it's good.
After a little more than 4.5 minutes of tension, the Statesmen are ahead by 2. However, Ashford's Valdez has the ball again with 12 seconds on the clock. He goes to lay up the floater and it rattles out, but the tip puts it back in. 82 all, and this one's going another round. Fast forward to 35 seconds left in the second overtime, and top scorer Alan Douglas has the rock. His teammates clear it out to give him the lane, and he takes advantage of it with this fadeaway jumper to tie it at 95. The Saints then couldn't convert, and we go to a third overtime. Now with 15 ticks left on the board, the Statesmen are down and need a miracle to beat the ranked Saints. So why did head coach John Henry bring in junior LaBradford Williams off the bench? Here's commentator Nick Rule with the answer.
To Williams, 4 seconds, 3, 2, end-to-end, up and good! Puts it in! And a timeout called. LaBradford Williams checks into the game, and LaBradford has put it in!
In a contest that featured 20 ties and 19 lead changes, Alan Douglas was back to his old form, notching 39 points and 11 rebounds for his 9th double-double this season. The 39 points is a new career high for the senior.
With the type of roller coaster season the Statesmen basketball team had to endure, the squad had one more hoop to jump through come March when it sat home watching patiently to see if its ticket would be punched to nationals for the first time in 4 years.
Cheering for a conference contender, rooting for your rival, and applauding an adversary? Well, that was the scene for the Statesmen basketball team watch party. The crowd of 60 or so sat in the dark and watched the Grandview versus St. Ambrose game on 2 projectors. All in attendance were cheering for the Fighting Bees, something you don't see or hear every day.
You got to do what you got to do. I mean, we got to go ahead and cheer them on so they go ahead, go to nationals, and then we could go too.
That's the reason behind Penn jumping on the Bees bandwagon. As the number 2 seed, WPU knew if the regular season champs, St. Ambrose, won the MCC tournament, it would then earn the at-large bid to nationals. And by halftime, it looked like a sure thing, with Grandview losing 43-19.
Ambrose looks pretty good right now, defensive-wise. They went on, I think, a 23-0 run, so banking that they come out on defense.
The second half was equally impressive for St. Ambrose, which put a smile on John Henry's face.
5 minutes to go in the Ambrose game, it kind of hit me that we were going. I liked our chances coming into today with them playing at home and Grandview having played 3 road games in 5 days. Just really happy for our guys. They've worked very, very hard, and they've earned this.
And for newcomer, junior Keith Steffick, a sense of satisfaction is all he could express.
I mean, it was a little nerve-wracking, honestly, because I didn't want the season to be over. Super happy it's not. It was a great get-together with having everybody here. I don't know. I'm just happy right now.
Everybody look at Jason over there. Look at that camera.
Oh God, no!
We're going to nationals.
In mid-February, William Penn was invaded by a combination of 14 dance and cheerleading squads from the Midwest. It was the first time such an event was held at the university thanks to the addition of the Penn Activity Center. Over 200 spectators came to cheer on teams from within the region. Programs battled in 4 divisions, including all-women's cheer, small co-ed cheer, small dance, and large dance. Missouri Baptist won the All-American cheer title and received a silver-paid bid to the NCAA, NDA, NAIA College Nationals this spring. William Penn won the small co-ed cheer category a year ago, but were unable to compete because of lack of numbers. However, the Navy and Gold did have its dance squad in action as it made its first regional debut in school history. The girls warmed up on the basketball courts of the Penn Activity Center and made last-minute adjustments before heading to the Penn Zone to perform in the small dance category. There, the ladies rocked it out, as you can see. The small dance trophy went to Midland, Concordia was second, and the bronze went to Willie P. Following that, All-American competitions were then held for both cheer and dance. Penn was absent on the cheer side, but it did have one girl, Oskaloosa's Lainey Yurkowski, center stage, aiming for the high honor. 20 dancers were aiming for one of the 7 All-American spots, and Yurkowski landed one.
You never know going into things like this, who you're up against, one, and then what the judges are looking for. So it was fun to be picked as one of the top 7, and yeah, definitely a good experience.
The sophomore said it was an honor to achieve the All-American status, but it was the overall effort from her teammates this season that she'll cherish the most.
For William Penn, just as far as their dance history, this is new, that's new. What we did, a couple months ago is new. Being a part of just everything, coming out every halftime, being on the sidelines at football. What we've done this year has been something William Penn's never seen, so that's really important and great, and I hope that it, stays.
When we come back, we'll share a few more stories from this year, including Oski's newest NFL players. We'll be right back.
You should see my bank. It can do awesome things. Mom says it's just like the 4 seasons. Always there. Helping communities grow and be a better place to live and work. All because my bank lives here too.
Live Iowa, work Iowa, bank Iowa. Member FDIC.
Bates Funeral Chapel, where community is more than just a location. Where compassion is more than just a feeling. Where history is more than just a time. Bates Funeral Chapel, where service is more than just a word.
The doctor is in and no appointments are needed. Come to Dr. Salami's today and let the doc heal your hunger. Come to Dr. Salami's for friendly staff, casual atmosphere, and good friends. When you get here, you'll be treated to affordable prices, hearty portions, and good food. So come on down to Dr. Salami's today, your place for good friends, good food, good times.
If you buy the renegade idea that investing should be discussed face to face, not just inbox to inbox.
If you believe that your relationship with your investments shouldn't be long distance.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Visit one of your friendly Oskaloosa reps today.
Welcome back. It's 8 o'clock Monday morning in early February. Oskaloosa's Tyler Sash tweeted this: "I slept like a champ last night."
That's because, Jay, he is a Super Bowl champ after he and the rest of the New York Giants were crowned this year's champs after a 21-17 Super Bowl victory over the New England Patriots. T-Sash posted this photo from the Super Bowl, showing the Oskaloosa champion and fellow G-man Victor Cruz as they sprinted onto the field in celebration. This image made it into Sports Illustrated magazine that hit the shelves this week. It was the Giants' 4th Super Bowl championship, but ranks them right up there, just behind Pittsburgh with 6 and San Francisco and Dallas with 5. In an exclusive interview, Sash said this past year has gone by like a flash.
A lot of people know my story. Obviously, I had a chance to stay at Iowa or leave early, and I went with my heart and left Iowa after my junior year, and then my heart and God led me down the right path, and it worked out to where I ended up in New York and playing on a world championship team. It's pretty crazy just to think about. The last year, it's gone by so fast, and now I'm in the off season now. I have a little time to reflect on things that have actually taken place in the last year or so.
New York is now the first team to finish the regular season 9-7 and win the title. Then on Tuesday, the champions were honored with a ticker tape parade in Manhattan and given the keys to the city. Then jokingly, Sash dropped an Oski key tweet that landed him on ESPN.
Giants rookie safety Tyler Sash. I just got a key to New York City. I don't even have a key to Oskaloosa, Iowa.
I love it.
Hashtag key to the city.
That's your act together.
Come on, Oskaloosa, let's
Iowa.
go. As Chris Bergman would say, come on, Oskaloosa.
You'll have a key by the end of the week. I'm fairly
I guarantee I have more than a key.
Yeah, maybe you'll get the whole city.
You know, I was just joking about the whole key to the city in Oskaloosa thing. It was just a joke, but I was just trying to make a point on how big it really was with that game. You know, it's getting a key to New York City. That's pretty incredible. I didn't mean anything bad by that. I hope people didn't take that in a bad way.
No, nobody took it that. No, definitely nobody took it that way.
No one's
I'll tell you
taking
that.
it bad. There's I don't know if you've seen on Facebook or not, Tyler, but there's actually a charge to get you a key to Oskaloosa in the very near future.
I might like that one more than the key to New York City now.
All jokes aside, after the tweet, City Hall and Mayor Cruzfeld started receiving calls and emails from Sash fans urging for the joke to become a reality, and it did. But besides receiving keys to cities, the Oski native has been making his gift-giving rounds throughout the community. And that brings us to this special visit he made over at Oski Elementary. With more details on the surprise outing, here's OSP and CRI's AJ Hodgman.
It's 8:30 a.m. and nearly 1,100 kids are piling into Oskaloosa's elementary gym for an all-school assembly.
It's maybe one of the first all-school assemblies we've had in 4 or 5 years.
But why? Did the kids do something wrong? No, not today at least. The truth is, it's all because of this guy, Tyler Sash, Oskaloosa's hometown hero and Super Bowl 46 champion. Today, he's surprising everyone by coming to say thank you.
I'm more nervous right now than I am for the Super Bowl, or than I was for the Super Bowl.
A few days before the Super Bowl, Sash walked into his hotel room and found quite the surprise.
The Wednesday before the Super Bowl, to my hotel room, I got delivered a package, and it was a letter from every kid in the school.
We sent off a big box, and from my understanding, it was very touching to Tyler to receive that.
The care package was full of more than 800 personalized notes to Sash, most of them wishing him luck, some asking for personal favors.
And then there was another one that said, can I have your autograph, Tyler? And then on the other side it said, can you get Tom Brady's autograph for me during the game? Each one of those kids took the time to write me a letter, so I definitely wanted to come back and just turn around and thank them.
This time it was Sash who had a message for the kids.
To do as much as you can. Don't focus on one thing. It doesn't even have to be sports. If you're good at music, do music. I only wanted to play basketball, and I'm glad my dad told me to keep doing other things, because you never know.
I really embrace that kind of an attitude, and Tyler is just awesome at doing that.
Sash also answered questions from students.
What did it feel like winning the Super Bowl?
Danced.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to learn on the fly.
And handed out about 1,100 high fives.
Oh, my shoulder's burning.
He may be a man of few words, but when it comes to his character,
You're the best.
Thank you.
You could write an entire book. In Oskaloosa, AJ Hodgman, OSP.
In mid-February, nearly 100 Oskaloosa residents / Barnstormer fans welcomed the Des Moines-based Arena football team to town. It was the first time in franchise history that the squad moved the entire preseason operation away from the capital city. And Oskaloosa was deemed prime location for its short distance from Des Moines and, of course, the top-notch indoor facility, the Penn Activity Center. The official Barnstormer meet and greet was held at Penn Central Mall, where OSP Jay Madison was on hand.
Off the ledges, and let's get out here on the middle here.
Before the players arrived, Barnstormers general manager and co-owner John Pettit organized the crowd. As the team strolled in and took their seats around the center court of the mall, Oskaloosaans were eager to meet players that are trying out for the black and gold.
I was just amazed out of my mind. I was like, oh, I totally want to go and see them.
It's a lot of fun having them here, and I think it'll be great. Gives a little bit more meaning when we go to the games and stuff.
There were even out-of-towners like Ronald Latson of Ames, who was ecstatic to see the Barnstormers practicing in Oski.
I love it. I mean, I have friends here in Oskaloosa, and I think this is a great place for my friends to come and see that were skeptical about, coming out to see a Barnstormer game. At least they'll be able to come out and see them firsthand and see the excitement that we see when they actually play in Wells Fargo Arena.
As fans stood in line waiting for their chance to meet the Barnstormers, in return, each player was excited to meet their fans from the area.
I've been around the league for a little while, and I've gone to a lot of events like this, and the turnout's usually maybe a few people, and so we weren't sure what to expect. And we walked into the place, and the place was filled. People are cheering for us. They're excited. It really just goes to show a lot of the guys that Iowa is really around it, and that's what's kind of neat about playing here, is everyone really supports it.
Looking to join Sash on the next level is former Penn defensive lineman Damon Harrison. OSP met up with the 23-year-old as he prepared to show off his speed and skills to the NFL scouts back in March. Thursday afternoon in the Penn Activity Center, defensive juggernaut Damon Harrison is getting in one of his last workouts before his pro day. But
what has been going on? I mean, in your own personal life, since word has gotten out about you possibly going into the NFL, and I mean, you're training right now. You have an agent. I mean, what's life like for Damon Harrison right now?
I mean, it's pretty crazy. A whole lot of phone calls, emails, text messages from everybody. Everybody wants to see you. They want to talk to you. I mean, and I love it. I enjoy the attention. I'm not the type of guy who would tell anybody no for anything.
Before returning to his old stomping grounds here in Oski, the NFL prospect has been training in Boca Raton, Florida for the past month and a half on a 6-day regimen.
Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, we're going full go weightlifting, running, agility drills, and on Wednesday is our yoga day. And Saturday, they call it the extreme workout day, where we go on the hill. It's like the hill maybe 100 yards upwards and on an incline, and we run that like 6 times. So Saturdays are pretty hectic.
Working on his speed, power, and overall strength wasn't hard to continue, but transitioning mentally from a college athlete to a pro has been a small hardship.
The physical part of it is done, and it's a whole lot of test taking, sitting around waiting, people poking at your mind, trying to see what you're thinking, and it is the speed of the game and just life in general has changed drastically.
Not only that, but the local venue where he's going to show off his skills changed. Instead of Penn's campus, he's heading to Iowa State's, and the move may boost Harrison's stock in the NFL draft.
It's going to help a whole lot because in Ames, it'll be some actual owners there, and the GMs, the guys who make the decisions, and they get a chance to see me firsthand as opposed to having a scout just coming with a piece of paper saying this is what he do. And then everybody out telling me they want to see me go up against the offensive lineman they have there, so that'll be fun.
Besides the rare opportunity putting a smile on the Louisianan's face, so do the people in Oskaloosa, his home away from home.
That's one thing I like about Oskaloosa. It's not one person here who I think is against me. Everybody's all for me because they know I'm representing the program at the end of the day. And the more attention I can bring to the school, that'll be better for them in the future because guys will know that it's not just a regular football program being run here in Oskaloosa. They're actually producing players.
Harrison went on to say, depending on his performance, he could be drafted as high as the 4th round. Unfortunately, Harrison's name wasn't called during the 2012 draft, but his cell did vibrate when his agent called to tell him that the New York Jets wanted to pick him up as a free agent. I sat down with Harrison as he explained his excitement to meet head coach Rex Ryan and current pros such as Sean Green, Mark Sanchez, Bart Scott, and of course, Tim Tebow. So Dame, it's official now. You've been signed on to the New York Jets, and you were signed on as a free agent. You weren't drafted. So how does it feel right now knowing that you're going to the NFL?
It feels kind of surreal right now. It hasn't hit me yet. I think it'll hit me when I get to New York, actually get off the plane and see the big lights and see a big city. But, I'm excited and I'm just ready to get to work.
So what do you have to do over the course of the next 3 days when you venture out there?
It's rookie mini camp. We're going to have a few padded practices and some conditioning and test taking and, physicals.
What's the purpose of this camp?
Just to get the coaches familiar with some of the guys and the rookies to get into the playbooks and, to get familiar with some of the other rookie teammates and some of the guys who are on a trial basis, to see if they'll get an invite into camp.
That's it for this week's show. Be sure to catch replays of OSP Fridays at 10 p.m., Saturdays at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., and 10 p.m., as well as Sundays at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 10 p.m. here on MCG Channel 7. And if you're surfing the web, watch us and the rest of the CRI team online at www.critv.org.
Jay, this week in honor of Damon Harrison being drafted by the Jets, I'm all jetted out.
I can tell you just need a helmet to maybe fit, some of that hair.
That's right, my Johnny Bravo. Oh, we're looking good. Congratulations, Damon. Next to Jay Madison, I'm Jason Van Zent. We'll be back next fall with brand new episodes of OSP.